Call the meeting to order.
The Monroeville Town Council met on June 4th at 7 p.m. with the following members present: Don Gerardo, Tim Berry, Chad Heffernan, and Joan Multimeyer, and Rich Stevenson. The minutes of the May 7th meeting were read. Rich made a motion to approve, seconded by Joan, and passed. Motion to approve the contract for 1 year with Allen County Library was made by Chad, seconded by Rich, and passed. Motion to approve a $3 an hour raise for the town assistant superintendent and a $1 an hour raise for the summer mowers, made by Rich, seconded and passed. Seconded by Joan, and passed. With nothing further to discuss, Tim made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Joan, and passed.
Any additions or corrections? Being none, we need a motion to accept the minutes as read.
I'll make a motion to accept this.
I can second it.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed likewise. Clear pass. Let's go into the 93 right away, because that's what they're here for.
What's the issue?
Well, Matt and I we had picked out some different ones, and he wanted to know what your interpretation of the law is.
As it relates to what condition? Like, what's the condition of the?
Like the devaluing of your neighbor's property. How do we gauge that?
I don't think you have to do devaluing, because I think if you're talking about the nuisance statutes, right?
No,
So
nuisance.
I think all you have to say is, I mean, the standard is, does it materially interfere with the peaceful enjoyment of the owners of the adjacent property? So I don't think it has to result in a diminution in the value. I think it just has to be, is it so bad that the adjoining neighbors are saying it interferes with my enjoyment of my property because of some, I'm assuming dilapidated condition, is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's your standard.
Do we need a neighbor to fill out some kind of statement to put in with this? Or
It wouldn't hurt, because you're going to end up having to write some kind of a citation, right, for a nuisance. And in order to support that nuisance, we'll eventually need something.
okay. That's good.
What, I have a little hearing problem. I can hardly hear what you're saying. About the ordinance of,
So the nuisance says, one of the standards is if a property next door to you materially interferes with your enjoyment of your own property because of its condition, then that violates the nuisance ordinance.
okay,
And then, if that's the case, then Matt can cite them, and then it's a penalty for every day that they don't do something about it.
okay,
How
so,
long does it take for the penalty to kick in? It's like 30 days, 90 days?
Well, so,
Well-
Go back and reread it.
he writes, let's look at the penalty, hold on.
I think you get 5 days, but I would want to reread it before
Yeah, and then it's $100 a day.
it's pardon?
$100 a day after that time frame.
So, we're talking of a couple of bad ones. One's a house trailer that's been there forever, unoccupied. It's an eyesore.
I've been living next to it. I'm on 205 Prospect, and I've lived next to it for 11 years this October. It's gotten worse. 11 years. I haven't come up here and complained, because I know other people have, and ain't done a damn bit of good. So it's like, well, they're starting to argue, maybe get some more people up here, we can get something done.
Have you had conversations with them already, or is it?
No, not yet.
Okay,
But 11 years.
yeah. So I think if you have a conversation with them and say, I'm gonna fine you because I think you're
Correct.
violating the ordinance, you've got you better get started.
Yeah.
And then if they do nothing, then I think you write the ticket. The thing is, we're gonna have to line up with the courts, because we did this like, how many years ago with Toby, and we've never done it. I don't think we've ever had a ticket go through the Allen County court system, so
We haven't.
we need to make sure that they're ready for us when we show up. Because I think they gave us Thursday afternoons to bring in our tickets, but we've never done it. So I don't think anybody there's gonna be ready for us unless we've warned them ahead of
So
time.
you could cite them and give them 5 days to
Per the-
clean it up, or,
Per the ordinance, yes. And then obviously, there's things we can try with getting the board involved. There's things, avenues we can do, try to approach before citing. But yes, once we post it for the ordinance, they have 5 days to start cleaning up, or else fines can incur. If I'm, again, interpreting, I don't have it up in front of me, if I'm interpreting the ordinance correctly.
well, my understanding, we've had an ordinance here in Monroeville for years, no house trailers to live in unless you go. There's one in my neighborhood, and a guy by the name of Homer Taylor, who I worked with, he run the Kroger store for years. And I went and I approved it, he had to get an approval, an exception to the rule. Well, then he passed away, and his heir sold the trailer to somebody else, and I mean, it's a real junk hole. Now he's only died, but he's moved a fifth wheel trailer in, which is set partially on the sidewalk. Then to make it a little worse, he put one of these frames up with the canvas over it. He's got a car parked in there. Then he put some kind of barn siding up and wrote with a spray bottle, big letters not like that on there, because somebody delivered to the next house.
This is the one that's.
Thought this was a
Okay,
barn,
I
he
drove
said.
past this one, I know what we're talking
You
about.
know,
Tim and I's been down there.
Yeah, I drove past
you
that.
know, and that's been there now for I don't know how long.
Yeah, I think we looked into this, there was an issue about, did he at one time have approval to place that trailer there, right?
Pardon?
I think at one time he did have maybe approval for that mobile home to be on his.
Right, to what Homer had, you
Yeah.
know. And Homer was a good resident, no problems, you know, and he kept it up. But my problem is when he passed, I should have went and said, hey, the trailer's gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, but I didn't.
Isn't there a
Were you on
house?
the board when they put the trailer in?
Pardon?
Yeah.
Were you on the board when they put the trailer in?
No,
No? Oh, okay.
no. I was on that was there before I don't know what it was really. I got on the board in about mid-70s. Worst 4 years of my life.
I got another complaint next to me too, if you can believe this. To the right of me in the backyard, the people that lives next to me put up an aluminum barn, 3/4 of the way sided down, and the rest of it tarped and zip tied down. Now it's flapping in the wind. You can see it. There's a 40-foot trailer they just moved in there last fall, brand new,
Fifth
stuffed.
wheel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 35 or 40 feet. Last winter, they stuffed 100 or 150 bales of straw underneath it, because I seen it when I come home from work. And there's no doors at the front and the back of it. It's zip tied, tarp, flapping in the wind. I got this to the right of me. And then it looks like there's a PVC pipe going from the house to the RV on the ground. This is what, I got the trailer to the left of me, and I got this monstrosity to the right of me. I don't think that's up in my property value.
Well, I
You
have
can
a,
come down and see it. Jenny's seen it. It's
What's your actual address?
205 Prospect Avenue. Two
205.
things, one's on the right and one's on the left. If you went down there, you'd laugh to see both of them. You'd just laugh. Hey, you gotta laugh a little bit. But I seen them move the straw, and when I seen them put all them straw bales underneath there, I knew right there and then they weren't gonna move.
But I assume it's not illegal to have straw.
No, I
No,
think,
it
But
it's illegal to have a trailer
Next time I'll come up there, I'll bring you a picture.
Okay,
without
well,
asking for a variance to live in.
what are you talking, what kind of a trailer?
It's a
Fifth wheel.
35, 40 foot,
35,
50.
40 foot, brand new, like an RV.
You mean they're living in that and not the
I think there's
house?
people living in that thing too, people in the trailer and people in the house. And I'm sure there's a PVC pipe, white, that's going from that house to that. I see it laying on the ground, you can see it through the fence, there's a fence right there, thank God.
What would the actual address be there?
Well, I'm 205, it's 203 to the left, so I don't know, what would that be over there, probably 201, is it? Beard's old house, will that be 201
A little
Prospect?
more, you're 5, that's probably 7.
Seven.
Probably, 7.
If you just went down my backyard, you'd just laugh.
Beard's old house.
Who?
Bob Beard.
Bob Beard's
Oh,
old house.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where it'd be.
Exactly.
I have another question about the abandoned trailer that's behind me. We're talking about citing them and getting them to clean it up. I don't think there's any cleanup involved there. I mean, the trailer is dilapidated, it's a blight to the neighborhood. It's not going to get any better, so I don't know what they're going to do to clean it up. And I
I mean,
can
that's
see-
probably a haul
I
away,
can
right?
stand
Yeah.
in my
I mean, you
house
can't
and
clean it
look
up.
out and see birds fly in it.
Right.
There's skirting messing, animals underneath it.
I mean, the statute says they get a reasonable time to abate, so once we tell them it's a nuisance and you've got to abate, you get to pick a reasonable time according to our ordinance, so, okay. If you say 5 days, 10 days, whatever you tell them. And I mean, if it's in such a dilapidated condition that it can't be remedied, then you're right, then.
It's not livable inside.
So
It's not
then,
livable.
then it becomes our abatement procedures, you've gotta haul it away, you've gotta get it out there.
I mean, I don't think we have to be unreasonable about the amount of time they have to get it out of there, because I know it's probably not going to be one of those things that you can just say, oh yeah, tomorrow afternoon we'll have it out of there, but
It's
I also
process.
don't think it should go on for another 11 years or however long it's been.
Right.
It's been there 11 years I've been there.
I was gonna say, somebody told me that it has been there much longer than that. I've heard 20 years, but I don't know, so.
I would have complained by now because I haven't, because I know other people's been complaining and nothing's got done. That's why I haven't been down there till now.
Yeah.
When you-
Speaking-
When you said your interpretation of the citing and stuff, once you give them the warning, as long as they start, you can't cite them? Or do they have to have it finished before you can't cite them?
Yeah, it says they have to abate the nuisance within the reasonable time stated in the notice. And if they don't, then we can do it and charge them for it. So if they don't do anything, then we have the right to hire somebody.
Okay.
And that standard too might be something that we all need to sit down and say,
Yeah.
here's our standards.
Right.
Like I've said, we need our standard operating procedures, so it's fair for everybody,
Mhm.
that we all, as a collective, agree on, that these are warning, you get to talk to, or warning, or however we wanna do it, but we're playing, everybody gets the same amount of time
So
to
you know-
rectify their problems.
So you know the expectation.
Correct.
Do we have something about, against people living in a travel trailer after so long a time on a
I
lot?
think we-
I don't think
do,
this
don't we?
does, Rich, but I think the brand new,
County
the
ordinance
zoning
does.
ordinances that we
Yes.
adopted, that massive book. I'm
So,
pretty sure.
Yes.
but yeah, it seemed like we had something in there at one time where if somebody, let's say, came and was staying for a week
Right,
with
that was
in-laws or
okay.
something, they could park their travel trailer there for a week or whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
because I think
10 days.
we voted on a time frame.
Yeah, I think we did.
Otherwise,
too.
it
It
had
might have
to
been a
be-
couple of weeks.
Otherwise, it had to be in a building, I feel like.
Yeah.
It couldn't just be sitting in the driveway
Right.
or on the street.
So, you know, we possibly have a few of those around town, I think. We were talking about that one on Elm Street there, that would be one also. I don't know if he lives in the
I've never
camper or he
seen-
lives in the trailer.
I've never seen a light and there ain't any sewer dump underneath it.
I don't know where the guy is living.
I don't either.
He took the motorcycle inside the house trailer. So,
What's wrong with that?
seemed like a good place to be.
Done that a lot of times.
I've done that.
So,
No, we're working on it. We've actually been talking
if,
to get it,
if you could get them 2 trailers, one on each side of them, and the one down there on Elm Street.
I wish I could take them down to my backyard and have them look at my right and left. Hell, I'd have them laugh.
Field trip. Field trip.
Bad luck, I know, but you get tired of it, you know? It's really hurting my property value, bad, really bad.
Well, it does interfere with you enjoying your property when you have a mess like that.
Backyard's a mess, what I gotta look at, it's a mess. Hate to bitch, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
what's a reasonable time, Tim?
Well, that's up for us to decide, so.
2 days.
mean,
I don't
think it
expect it
depends
to be
on-
overnight, but
Well, I
over
think
the
it-
11
Yeah, I
years.
think it depends on the nature of the violation. If it's, we've gotta have a trailer moved, it's probably,
Yeah.
give them a little longer
He
period
was
of time.
talking about a standard, but,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how big the problem is and how much has to be.
Correct, but just some kind of those standard. Again, there's always gonna be some,
At
we're
least-
gonna have to sit down and interpret it.
At least the
because
steps.
Like a
need to be-
trailer, it's gonna take, we've gotta call a company to come, that's not an overnight process.
Well, that probably, the one that beside Rod is not roadworthy in any way, is probably gonna have to be, just tore down and carried out in pieces. But the fifth wheel down there, he just put that in. You know, he's got a truck and he could pull that out in the day, you know.
How long's that been there, like a year, maybe? That
I
fifth
would
wheel?
say probably a little bit less than a year. I'd say like about 10 or 11 months.
Yeah.
The straw's only been underneath it since about November.
Yeah.
Is the straw still under there? They take it out?
What do you think?
Oh.
They stick 150 bales underneath the trailer, there you go, nowhere.
And then we have to probably look at the makeshift lean-to and see if it meets the standard of a building, which I'm sure.
That's what I was
I'm
thinking,
sure
is
it
we gotta go
doesn't.
to the zoning code for that. You're exactly right.
Yeah, that's a zoning thing. Matt, what do you think's reasonable to get them started?
For which, are we talking like the mobile home trailers? We're
No,
talking about a fifth
no,
wheel?
that will take some time, but
I feel like for a fifth wheel, if it gets to the point of a week would be, 5 days would be reasonable, like, because you need time to acquire someplace else to put it. For this example, they're gonna move some hail bays around and then hook it up and move it, and to be sure it's roadworthy,
It's roadworthy, it's new, it's sucker's brand new.
so.
It is brand spanking new.
I don't feel like 5 days, it's like 5 business days or 5, I don't think like that's a hard ask, but again,
well, basically you're saying a week.
a week, I think it
Yeah.
would be, I feel like unless somebody thinks otherwise, a week would seem.
I
reasonable.
don't have an issue with.
Well, even on the bigger ones, if they could maybe show correspondence with somebody that they have contacted to possibly, at least they're starting that
Yeah.
way. You know, if they don't do anything within the week, anything within the week, then I'm fine with a week.
Yes, that's,
All right.
let's,
One week.
how do we wanna do that? Put it in motion, Tim?
I think you have the ordinance, I think it's just a matter of Matt goes and talks to them.
Okay, well, no, just.
You mean in terms of the time
Give them
frame.
7 days.
Yeah. Just have to just document
That way,
everything.
yeah.
So we know the timeline.
So that would include the mobile home plus the 2 fifth wheels?
No, that would include the fifth wheels.
Well,
The mobile home, he will notify them.
I'm not sure that the parking of the
I'm
fifth
not
wheel
sure on the
violates any
mobile home.
ordinances. Does it? I mean, I
What
don't
now?
think we have any ordinance that says you can't have a camper on your lot, do we?
No.
I don't think we can have somebody living in.
That's what I was saying, so
Yeah,
it's, the abatement isn't move the fifth wheel, the abatement is you can't live there.
What if it's got a PVC
I was gonna
pipe
say-
in the house?
That's because they're living there, right? Cause that means they're.
Both of them, I think.
So I don't.
They probably got water and stuff running through there to kind of insulate it a little bit, is my guess,
Yeah.
but
But for storage I think what they're trying, for storage purposes, you're not living in it.
Then you
You
have the right to
you
keep
have a
it.
right to keep it there.
Correct.
but if
But if
it,
you're living in it, that's, like you say, that's the sticky point, where we might have a foot to stand on to say.
Well, the fifth wheel on Elm Street, I don't know if it's lived in or not, but it's definitely an eyesore. It's not a new one by any means.
So
There's
just,
not room enough for it.
yeah, but it's to say those people move out of that fifth wheel, it's got a right to be there from whatever I'm gathering here. Again,
unless you read the interpretation of with all the hay bales and the nasty
nuisance,
shanty that
that
they
it's a
build around it, that
nuisance.
it becomes a nuisance, then I think we could do
That
something
has
about
more
it.
to do with the shanty and the hay
Yes,
bales. than
correct.
But
it
if the
does
shanty
brand new
comes,
fifth
or the hay bales come out of it, if the shanty gets cleaned up, cause I respect wanting to keep your fifth wheel nice in the winter months, but you can make it more presentable,
Yes.
that could be a.
Because you're the one looking at it. I mean,
workaround.
if it was just the nice fifth wheel with a decent enclosure, you probably wouldn't have a problem, right?
Well, the boneheads, they did 3/4 of it, they should have done on my side of it, was covered up all the way up and went 3/4 way down their side of Blockade property. That would've helped out a bunch, it's like, yep, put it on mine, where I can see it, you know, do it on the other side.
But now that fifth wheel, that's blocking the sidewalk, can we do something about that?
The one on.
Elm Street.
We're jumping homes here. The one
Right.
yeah, we can,
Yeah.
'cause there's a sidewalk ordinance. I believe you're not allowed to impede walking on it. I know
Let's look.
There's probably a vehicle or two down there with no license plates on too.
It's kind of hard to tell what all's down there.
And when you throw a rock in a pond and it starts to rip.
That's it.
I hate to be this way, but, you know, if it's getting worse and hurting my guy, my property, I mean, that's like, since it's getting worse, I gotta be an asshole, do something, say something, I got to. I don't want to, kinda got to.
We've got a sidewalk obstruction ordinance, so
Yeah.
You do have,
we do.
All right.
I mean, you're allowed to walk on the property to check and see if it's got a plate on it too, right?
my understanding, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I saw in there that I do, to investigate an ordinance, I do have the permit, I can legally walk onto their property to investigate an ordinance. And
I don't
someone
know
can't-
if that thing has a plate or not. I don't think it does, but I'm not gonna bet the bank on it. I don't think it has a plate.
well, I'm sure mine don't, down there, don't.
But I'm not gonna guarantee it doesn't have that, though. I can't.
But
But see,
on it.
that's all part of the deal. It has to have a plate for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
But if they wanted to move it without a plate, I really wouldn't care about that.
A mess, just like it is down there right now. A mess.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, no, I had-
PVC pipe.
I had talked to Matt about the trailer down there, and he had tried to get a hold of him, and I don't know if he had any luck, but
I tried to get a hold of the gentleman about the grass clippings,
oh,
and that one,
okay.
I didn't get a hold of anybody. I know I've
He won't
I've
have-
been down to Prospect because there was a Jeep that showed up at one of the trailers, and I attempted to make contact with the owner at 2 other addresses south of town and couldn't get a hold of anybody. So, and that was a little while ago, but we had, because someone had reached out to Toby, because this Jeep had shown up at that trailer that we knew was vacant, and we supposed we were going in it, so I was trying to locate the owner, and didn't have any success.
The real dilapidated one, that.
I don't remember. I think the one that's not being kept up as much.
Yeah.
Because there's one of the two there, one appears to be being, it's being lived in.
Yeah, it has
They're
been
taking care of it. It's
recently.
the one that's, you can tell no one has lived there for a while.
Yeah, because I have never seen anyone go in that, but one of the other neighbors told me that she had seen people, she said, just walk up and go right in, so she said it must be unlocked, so. But I haven't seen that, so. I just see the birds going.
Where will the birds go?
They just go in the trailer.
Go, let's see when they move the trailer out.
Oh, I don't know, they might be homeless.
Okay. Matt will move on them.
I appreciate it.
Yes, I do
Okay.
too.
And I'm just here to watch.
Lori,
Nothing.
Judy,
I'm like Tom, I'm just.
Tim,
I'm good.
Bobby.
Joe Small contacted me about trying to get like veteran pictures put up on the posts around town. I said I would bring it up at the meeting.
Who's gonna pay for them?
He said that they would donate towards that. I'm not sure how much it would cost. I'm not even sure what company would be the one to do it, but he said he's sure the Legion would help with it.
New Haven did it.
New
It's pretty
Haven,
neat.
yeah.
Huntertown has a
Yeah,
bunch of
Auburn,
them, too.
too.
Convoy
Several.
Painting has them.
It is very cool.
Yeah, 'cause Denny's out.
Denny's is on Monroeville, I have a picture of it.
The only thing, I'm trying to think, I think we have the equipment to put them up, but we've gotta move it to the other side of the post because it was protruding over the curb and the semis take them off. Let me talk with Abe a little bit, and we'll figure that out. I'll find out from Joe. Yeah,
Believe it or not, the truck driver.
Yeah.
well, you
To
know,
be fair,
hey,
they took
not
out the pizza
everybody can
shops.
sit and make a living all their life. That right, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all.
I bet the Legion paid for all the
Yeah.
pictures
I've
too, they got enough money.
Is
I
that
would
something we
donate
can do
money.
about all the
I got plenty
cats
of money to
in
pay for
town,
it.
or are we just gonna have to
Let
live
them
with
do
it?
it.
call
I
animal
drove around the other day,
control.
they had about 10 cats around in front of my car, you know?
There are a lot of cats around too.
Yes, there is. I don't know if they're feral cats or if they're people who let their cats out to run around, or
I have two
That's-
neighbors that feed them.
if it's just town's just a good place to come and live.
That's one thing I can't complain about, there's just a few around my neighborhood, that's one thing I can't complain about. Can't complain,
What's that?
a lot of cats around.
Oh.
Just few, I can live with
Yeah.
that, I don't care.
Just,
I see them.
just call animal control.
No, that's what I said, would they come down?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna refer you to a private trapper. Because if they're not confined, they won't come and pick them up. They possibly might set live traps, but you have to call and ask. Which they may refer you to a private trapper.
Yeah, so I don't know if Bruce Reimer would.
You do it yourself,
Mhm.
box trap.
Well, Bruce does it. But I also remember when we put a number on the number of dogs, we probably have a pretty full room whenever you start getting somebody's cats and they're gone.
Yeah, but if they don't have a leash and all that on them,
True.
nothing they can do. It's just a thought.
No, just call animal control and see what they tell you.
Right.
Okay. Did you guys get a chance to look at this ERI thing?
A little bit. I know it needs done, if we're gonna grow at all. We're at almost at capacity now, right?
Right, we're
Close.
close. We're not over, but we're getting closer. And if we was to get a high volume water user, that would put us over. I don't anticipate we will, but if you get another housing addition, it will also put you over.
Or the new place out there, if we get any new businesses in there, that have any size at all,
Right,
that'll probably take it over too.
yeah. So I guess what I wanted to find out is whether you guys want to go ahead and look into it deeper, because from here on in, it'll cost us some money. But have you gotten a bill from ERI lately? At all?
Maybe 2 weeks ago. And I feel like it was like 12 or 14,000. But the month before was maybe a little less than half of that.
Okay. Because if it comes into a situation because it's gonna have to be partially financed. And the equipment for the ponds is 600,000. To upgrade the pumps and the underground is 425,000. But that would enclose everything also. I mean, but you're still bumping around, you're gonna be around $1 million to $1.5 million. But it would increase the capacity 50%, and that's a big deal.
Any grant money or anything we can have written to offset the,
Grant money would be pretty hard because we've gotten grant money before towards it. There's some out there, but it won't be that much, I don't think.
And didn't you say we were due to renew all the permits and stuff? Aren't we due to renew all the permits and stuff anyways? Weren't you talking about that? So, rather than going through the process twice, getting it done now before we have to do all that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason it means they're gonna go through the permits. It's now's the time if we're gonna move to go ahead and throw that in with our application. And there's no guarantee we'll get permission from the state to do it, but it's pretty unlikely that they would turn it down.
how much money would it save by doing it now when we're going through the permit process? Any idea?
Well, a full mechanical plant's about 7 million. That's the next step.
that makes that $1.5 million sound a lot better now.
Yeah, way better.
Is bond financing, how would you finance it?
Probably have to bond it.
Bond it,
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? We want to vote on it? Is that what you're thinking, or?
Yeah, that way it's on record. And we'll move forward until, yeah, we know.
Till we're told we can't.
Right, until we can't. You're exactly right, yeah. Need to put it in the form of a motion to go ahead and do the upgrades to the sewer plant.
I'll make that motion.
I can second it.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed likewise. Clear pass. Rich.
I think we may need a motion for fireworks. We had it at 15,000, but we've added 3. But that money's supposedly coming from the Legion for the offset. So do we need a motion to addendum that 15 to 18,000?
18.
If so, I'll make a motion to do that.
Okay, we have a second.
I'll make a second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, likewise.
That's all I got.
I'm good.
You're good. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise.